the stock market, meaning companies' new highs.
I'm not fucking leaving.
The show goes on.
Nuts! They're nuts! They know nothing!
An online network called Internet.
Well, it's very hip to be on the internet right now.
Welcome, my degenerates. The rest of your life starts right now on Market Mania, presented by Kalshi. The no bullshit approach to all markets, including election betting, cryptocurrency, and the largest casino in the world, the U.S. stock market. We're back, baby. Arigato to Kalshi for our lead sponsorship, and Elon the dog is a good boy. Today's top story is Matt Glantz, winner of the senior circuit ring, and with a theory of prediction markets being totally wrong. Matt Glantz, congratulations.
Thanks, Mike. All right, to start, this is a theory I've been working on. I've been trying to figure out the betting markets. You know, I've been trading derivatives for 30 years. Always what I've done is try to look for anomalies in markets, looking for mispricings. So I think I nailed this one down. We'll see what people think. I want to hear what you guys think. I'm calling this theory, I'm calling it something, a liquidity bias. Okay, to start, I want to make it clear that for this election, I'm not making the case that Kamala is the favorite right now. She's certainly not. It's not what this is about. It's not about she should be the favorite versus Trump. Trump is a clear favorite based on the polls and the other data. I say that there's no doubt. Okay, so what I'm theorizing here is that the election betting markets are likely skewed in a way where you're likely to get a good price in Kamala, and you're probably taking the worst of it when you're betting on Trump in these election markets. The way to think about it is, I'm going to give two examples. So we'll look at two close-end systems, two close-end markets. The first one to consider is a betting market with 100 players. Okay, we're going to assume they're sort of like the crypto community, where 85% of them we expect are Trumpers, 15% are Dems. I think we can agree on a closed-end market like this, where theoretically there's only 100 players in the marketplace, and they favor Trump with their bias and how people are emotional with betting, especially with the election, that market prices would be skewed over the fair value towards Trump. Basically because people are betting with their hearts. Brett, do you agree with that in an overall general concept?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so that's just a simple.
You had Trump come to Nashville. Trump came to Nashville and said he's going to free Ross and then he's going to protect crypto, and the Dems have essentially been attacking it. So, I mean, quite obviously.
Well,
Okay,
they're
so
also attacking, good companies. They're going after Coinbase. They're not really going after the bad actors, it seems.
Okay, so we all agree that something like 85%, doesn't matter whether it's 80 or 90 or 85% of crypto people are for Trump.
Like a strong majority. It's not close to 50-50.
Right. And we also agree that if the market was only crypto people, it would have to be skewed because people, tend to bet with their hearts to a point. Sure. Not like if somebody's 60%, they're not going to bet at 85%, but they're not going to care if they pay 62% when they think it's worth 60. They just bet with their hearts. Okay. So now let's talk about a second type of closed-end system or market. Let's say this market is more realistic. It has 100 Trumpers and 100 Dems. Okay. For our purposes here, each side, the 100 Trumpers and the 100 Dems have the same net worth. So we're just saying everyone has the same amount of money. There shouldn't be any kind of bias or skew. But my theory is that the actual liquidity of the situation is not necessarily equal. And why? Because we know that the crypto community leans towards Trump. And because the election is so close, we have to assume that the non-crypto community leans Democrat. Okay, or else if that wasn't true, then Trump would be a massive favorite, somewhere like 75 to 90%. But that's not the case. So now if we assume we have 100 equal players with equal net worth on each side, what can cause a difference in the betting market liquidity? Micah, you're a crypto guy. I'm an old school non-crypto guy. Everyone knows that. Sure. So from a logistics standpoint, how much easier would you say it is for you to get funds on an online betting site than it is for someone like me?
Yeah, I mean, there's two things that you got going on there. I mean, one,
Quarter of a
you
second,
see
honey.
Kalshi is obviously a fiat site. And then, you have others that are, that are crypto, easy to ape in crypto. And then you see a difference in price between the two of them. I mean, if is that what you're getting at with this? Is that
So
when it's
that's where I'm getting at. But my first point I'm trying to make is, for you, it's just so easy for you to just sip some Bitcoin or, I don't know, ETH, whatever it is, to one of these sites and just put it on in less than a minute, and then you could be betting. You could be fully funded and betting on any of these sites like instantly because you're a crypto guy.
Yeah.
For me,
it's almost as if it's a better system.
Right. Well, that's another point. But in this area of the election betting, for me, a guy that's not a crypto guy, who's more likely to not be leaning Trump, to be leaning Kamala, it might not be worth the hassle for me I don't want to wire 50,000 to a site and it takes a couple of days or ACH it, whatever. And then, I'm throwing cash in the site. I mean, I'm a big bettor, I'm a big guy in the gambling community. So I like to bet. So for me, I'm doing it either way. Doesn't matter. But for the regular guy out there that doesn't have crypto,
sure,
he's much less likely to go on one of these sites and put election bets down. So because of that, so we're going to say the crypto community leads Trump. We already discussed that. It's much, much easier for any crypto bro like Mike on to move their money to a site to bet. This naturally boosts the market towards Trump. But the combination of the two scenarios where crypto people lean Trump, crypto people it's much easier for them to put money on the site. They kind of feed off each other. It's a noticeable effect. And this is evidence. This is what Micon was bringing up. This is evidenced by the Kalshi markets, which is the first U.S.-based election betting site, which is legal and is predominantly, U.S. dollar-based. I don't think anybody's really sending crypto to them. I don't know
if you're allowed even. And yeah, I think you have to be an American to use Kalshi, or maybe at least in America. I'm not sure.
So clearly, their clientele, their accounts are cash-based, lefter leaning than crypto people, and Kalshi markets are consistently showing 3 to 6 percentage points lower than all the election betting sites that use crypto predominantly. So it's consistent. It's been consistent between 3 and 6 points, and I think that's going to lead up to the election. So what I'm making the case for is that when you're betting, obviously, if you want to bet Kamala, you want to bet on a crypto site. And obviously, if you want to bet Trump, you're going to get a much better price in Kalshi just because of those dynamics.
So we got a question from the chat, Matt. What do you make of the fact that the polls, you mentioned the polls just now, the polls in every election, this is from Greg, the polls in every election that Trump has been in have been skewed significantly wrong in the same direction?
Okay, so we remember there's a silent vote effect for Trump because people were embarrassed to vote for him in 2016. So there was, I think they called the silent vote effect. Yeah. Where there was a few points where they just knew in the polls some people wouldn't admit they're voting for Trump.
Well, because you were racist. I mean, it was crazy. Like me saying I liked Trump back then, it's like I'm this insane bigot, and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. I just kind of like him, and it's fucking Hillary he's running against. Are you dumb?
But to answer Greg's question, I think that there was a less of an effect in 2020, and I'm guessing there's almost no effect now because it doesn't seem like people are embarrassed to be voting Trump. It seems like people are pretty damn proud to be voting for Trump now. So I don't think there's going to be any kind of hidden vote. I don't see that being an effect in 2024.
Yeah.
But let me get your thoughts, Mike, on the effect of the betting markets. And I want to repeat once more, we're not saying that Trump should be a favorite. Trump is definitely a favorite. We're saying that when you're betting, you have to consider these things. Is the market bias? Is the market leaning in your favor when you make that bet?
I don't think there's much here with the. I mean, I think that you have. Yes, I think we see that in the non-fiat betting markets. What you just said, and I think that when you offer a price of if something's really wrong, let's just say something's wrong. There's people there's Democratic leaning people with big pockets. We can agree there. And then that some of them at some level, like that don't want the good price. I mean, that are willing to jump through like the pretty easy hoop you said. I mean, you could grab 50,000 USDC if you had to or whatever. I mean, if you can make a couple calls and anybody can do it on an exchange pretty easily. So I mean, it's shocking to me that no one would come and bet down the bad number. I guess I guess just the one antithesis to your point.
So well, the reason that it doesn't happen that as much as you think, it would happen if the spread got super wide. So say the spread was 15 points between Kalshi and the betting markets overseas. For sure, that would close because big firms would take advantage of that and buy in Kalshi and sell overseas. But for a guy like me or you, 3 points, 4 points, is it really worth transferring money, paying commissions, taking site risks? Like Kalshi's nice because it's US-based regulated sites. You don't really have much risk there. But if you buy there, you say you buy Trump on Kalshi and you sell Kamala on overseas market, you have to really be concerned about that site not paying you or taking a different tact on the result of the election or just folding. So like there are risks. It's not that easy. For 3-4 points, it's probably not worth it. I mean, Brett, if you, there's a lot of money out there. I mean, it seems like it's more than 3-4 points. Sure. I mean, people are like, I think it was JMO who we have to have on here, who said that people are doing, crypto people will do a $10 million transaction, for like a $600 profit. Okay. So Mike, to remember, you can't do crypto on both sides of this. That's the problem. So it's a little more complicated and there's more costs and commissions and hassles. With that, I want Tony, if you could, grab the swing state market because we need to kind of take a look at this. We need to check this out because I think, let's just say that Glantz is right. Then, I mean, to be fair, then Kalshi would be the better predictor of the true odds. I mean, if you're right. Well, Mike, I got to think that Kalshi's probably leaned the other way for the same reason. So it's probably somewhere in the middle of the true odds. Which it's close enough. Honestly, both sites are like all the site. Really, every prediction market is essentially close enough that yes, there's a couple points difference, but we can essentially see the Trump bump everywhere. And this market started at 50-50, which is brilliant. That we started Market Mania 2.0 at almost exactly 50-50 for the general. Brett, when you look at these swing states here, you have all the swing states here. Arizona is basically red. Georgia's basically red. I mean, it seems like it would be weird. Michigan and Wisconsin are coin flips right now. And I don't know if Nevada even matters anymore. And then Pennsylvania. I'm sorry. Well, no, so 6 votes. All right. So swing state showdown. So Elon is giving out $1 million a day to a random person in a swing state. I got my clock set for tomorrow. Nevada opens up. And if you sign this petition, he picks a random person that's a registered voter in a swing state that signs this petition, and you get $1 million. He announced it over the weekend. He was doing a town hall, and a random guy in the audience won the first $1 million. So, of course, Mark Cuban, all these other guys are up in arms, like this can't be legal. I think it's interesting because money has always been in politics. I mean, George Soros and Alex Soros, his kid, he's taking photos with all the politicians in his Manhattan penthouse, right? So Sheldon Adelson, we all know a lot about him. Money's always been in politics on both sides. It hasn't been this out in the open, which I kind of like, where Elon is saying, like, fuck this. Like, you guys can do all this shady back behind the scenes stuff. I'm just going public with it. Here's $1 million a day to whoever wants to come get it or is lucky enough to get it. Like, I'm going to sign the thing. I'm going to throw my hat in the ring. Why not? Okay, so that's great. I hope you win the $1 million, Brett. I want to see what happens when how. I'll tell you this: there will be signs in the emoji meme coin market. Yep. The bag of dog. You're gonna have a big bag of dog after that $1 million. You're gonna have 20% of the supply. So can we play some little 270 to win? This is a great site. Thank you very much for making Wisconsin and Michigan blue. Can we just go Georgia red and North Carolina red? I mean, because just based on all the prediction markets, that just looks red and red. And then now, let me get Pennsylvania as gray, just so we don't win immediately. And then you could see that you have Arizona's red too. Arizona's just red, unless you get Maricopa County. But it's in any scenario like this, then Nevada doesn't matter. Sorry, Brett. I'm sorry. It all comes down to Pennsylvania. I'll vote for Jill Stein then. It makes my Jill Stein vote even more impactful. Glantz, what do you think? I mean, Glantz, is there any
any world where we're just not sweating Pennsylvania for the general on the 5th?
Pennsylvania is the most important state by far. That's why Elon Musk is in Pennsylvania for 2 weeks. That's why Trump and Kamala are in Pennsylvania the last 2 weeks. I don't even think they've left Pennsylvania. They're there every day.
Trump with the McDonald's was just A+. He's such an elite troll because Kamala claimed to work at McDonald's. He said she's never worked there. So he does a 15-minute shift at McDonald's, and then he's like, I've now worked more at McDonald's than Kamala has. Just A+ troll. And I think that it was very smart. I actually bought some McDonald J. Trump over on Bitcoin Runes, which was created before he did this. So it's a good name, McDonald J. Trump. So I fired a little in just as a...
No, I mean, that's great. Great investing. Great fucking investing, Brett.
How much would you need to have, Matt, to buy some McDonald J. Trump coin?
There we go. If anybody read the McDonald's statement, it was like, of course they're not going to choose a political candidate and shit on half of their customers. But then they did release something saying like, all right, we don't have the records going back to the 80s on whoever worked here, but it's like everybody 1 in 8 worked at McDonald's.
Is he reaching out the window there to grab some lady's pussy? Is that what he's doing? I'm not clear.
Ooh. So that is going to be something that you want to watch on November 5th, right here on Market Mania. We're going to have an excellent election special stream for you. We're going to break all this down as everything comes in. Will Kamala just come out of nowhere? Will the prediction markets be kind of wrong? Will there be a red wave? We're going to try to get a lot of left-leaning and right-leaning people to come on the show. We want to give you a good mix and then just sweat it all as it comes in. We're going to, of course, have the betting markets locked and loaded for you on November 5th. But if you want to ape in before that, Brett Richey, you can now do so on the Apechain. They have their own kind of L1 or so.
So this is from the Bored Ape team, Yuga Labs. They did this massive raise, but this was back when NFTs were still kind of hot. They raised, I think, hundreds of millions to build out Apechain. This was one of their main focuses. It stealth launched over the weekend during their Ape Fest, which is their sort of big yearly convention or festival for their holders. And I bridged some over to play around with it, bridged some ETH over. This is on it's like an Arbitrum rollup, so I don't know what L status that is. It seems like it'd be an L2, but it's built on top of Arbitrum, which is built on top of ETH. It's extremely fast. When you do make a trade on here, it's just instant confirmation. So it's even faster than Solana, I would say, which, as Mike Tyson said, everybody's got a plan till they get punched in the mouth. There's a lot of fast chains that don't have activity. Solana is very fast considering the amount of people using it. So if a chain is fast without that many users, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to scale that same way. But in any event, the thing, it started out promising. So I bridged over. I'm in Curtis. I'm in CIF. Bored is a scam. Don't buy that one. Is a sniper team. They took 93% of the supply. But if you look here, the market cap of the meme coins, it's Curtis at 14 million. And then you have to go down to 1.7 million CIF for the next actual meme coin. So the Bored Ape holders are either kind of broke from the glory heights back in the day. There's just not a lot of interest in the activity happening on this chain so far. I got in early, ran it up pretty good, round tripped it all the way back, just holding. I had a plan to just buy the board early on and hold for 48 hours. So that clock is still running a bit, but I round tripped pretty good here. And if you check that other site out, Tony, that's what the CIF coin is. It's for these guys. They have their own pump fund version that launched right with the launch of Apechain. And so a lot of the activity was over here. People are trading on meme coins. But ultimately, I think this is more of a signal kind of how far the Bored Ape community has come from their glory days. Because if this thing launched 2 years ago or whatever, these would be 10x valuations minimum. So
LUL at having the
board things say that it's a meme coin. You can't ever say that it's a meme coin.
No, it's a scam, dude. So, but
if you say it's a meme coin, it's not a meme coin.
The dev sniped 93%. So they have these sniping bundling tools. Anyway, the guy that created it, the team kept 93%. So they just hold that. So then you have a few buyers. You can push it really high. But if and when they choose to cash out, it's going to be a straight ticket to 10K. So you're going to lose 99% if you buy that coin.
We have a new segment on Market Mania where we ask Matt Glantz what his net worth would have to be in order to buy some of this stuff.
This is my biggest position on Apechain here, Murtis. I like Murtis. He's the sidecar to Curtis. And I don't know. I like the name Murtis. I just like the ticker. It's 400K. I'm in around this price. I think I bought some in the 300s, some in the 500s maybe. So about even, holding my Murtis bag. And if you go back, Tony, real quick, to that, the same thing. No, sort by market cap, because there was an ape coin. All right, our good friend Alex Weiss. We got to get Alex on the show, by the way.
Oh my God,
in the next
have Weiss on the show.
So anyway, go back down, keep going. There on the left, the ape. If everyone remembers DGen Ape that Alex Weiss created. So they made a meme coin of the regular token on Apechain is Ape. This one is actually doing pretty good. It's one of the highest value meme coins here. I didn't get in this, so I missed it. But I like that. If I were going to buy another coin on here, I'd probably buy that one.
Matt Glantz, what does your net worth have to be in order to buy Ape on Apechain?
If I was JMO rich, I wouldn't put $1 into this stuff. This is nuts. I don't even know what you guys are talking about in the last 5 minutes. No, I have zero clue what just happened in the last 5 minutes.
Ape season.
All right. So with that, we are going to move on to, I believe, if I see silver on the menu, it's got to be Tony the producer. Everybody knows. You know it is. Brett Richey's correct. Tony the producer, welcome to your show. And tell us what the silver squeeze what is this? What is this nonsense? No offense.
Well, here's a meme coin that I think Matt Glantz can even understand. I don't know if you remember around the GME hype last time Market Mania launched. Of course, it was running up, but along beside it was some talk of a silver squeeze happening. Now, I was really excited about that because I know that silver is the actual asset that will tank the banks, not GME short squeezes or anything. And that had a little bit of a run last time, but it sort of lost some steam. But now I see silver is making a big comeback and has been for a while. I've been calling to buy silver for a long time. But last week, you may remember, I had a Bank of America short through the week, and that didn't quite work out. You would have ended up down or even if you'd follow my advice last week, so apologies for that. But one of the things that spawned that short was the fact that Bank of America is one of the banks that has the largest short position, or at least rumored to have, an 800 million ounce short position on silver. So when you start to see silver running, you have to look at the health of the banks, and then you have to look which banks have the biggest short positions. Bank of America is one of those, and I'm still saying short Bank of America. Maybe don't buy options with a time to expiration and have to sweat that theta decay, but if you just buy and hold silver, that is a great way to short the banks, especially Bank of America. I mean, this is saying they've got about 800 million ounces in physical silver, and that's up almost like 40x from previous years. So I'm looking at Bank of America here. This was them basically last week, kind of ending the week even, but between the silver short position they hold and the unrealized bond losses they have, if you look at our Mania watch over there, the 10 years trading like a low-cap shitcoin these days, going up and up and up, that means bond prices go down and down and down. Stay with me here. If bond prices go down and your Bank of America holding on to a bunch of unrealized bonds and the prices go down and your unrealized losses continue to go, that's fine until you sell. But if there's a hint of a liquidity crisis, all of a sudden you've got billions and billions of dollars of derivatives of bonds and derivatives on silver shorts that are going to come home, and a silver short could really create a liquidity crisis, which could create a bond crisis, which could topple a lot of major banks, which is why I continue to short them, and specifically Bank of America. So I know I threw a lot out you out there. Long story short, just buy some silver, help me squeeze this thing. Let's put the heat on those that really deserve it. I'm out of here.
So this is like combining two of your loves in life. You get to short the banks and go long on silver. It's the perfect trade for you.
That's right. That's right.
What do you think, Matt Glantz? Is it ever going to happen? Are we going to see a bank that's too big to fail get failed, or will they just backdoor that out if the silver thing happens and it all? I mean, they never close into Bank of America.
After hearing this, I'll give Tony some advice. Stick to the producing.
Oh, and with that, we are going to move to the. Oh wait, hold on. The safety glasses need to come on before we move to the Market Mania pick of the day. We're talking shit about silver and Bank of America. We got to get the not investment advice hat on. And then Matt Glantz, what is your pick of the day?
My pick of the day is TLT. It's basically bonds. If interest rates go down, the bonds will go up. TLT, where is that price right now? 90, what is it, 92.5? I like it. Definitely a medium-term hold, long-term hold even for the next year. The interest rates, 10-year interest rates are 4.2% almost now. So I think we'll be in the threes no time. I think that TLT should be over 100 by then. And this is not a short-term trade. This is one of my few very long-term picks.
All right, on the heels of Tony saying that the bonds are going to go down, Glantz is going to say the bonds are going to go up.
Choose your fighter.
What is your pick of the day, Brett?
My pick of the day is the tune in, tune out, drop out version of the bond markets. I'm going over to the Emoji-Fi streets on Solana. I'm going with Lolana, which is one of the earliest emoji tickers deployed on Solana. That ticker is actually just the laughing emoji, the laugh crying emoji. When are those going to hit NASDAQ, Matt? 2026 maybe? Anyway, this was deployed by an OG Rare Pepe scientist, and the team, they're active, they're working, they're pretty plugged in into the Emoji-Fi space. There's actually another airdrop of a brick emoji coin coming out to, you see it in Lolana holders today. So Emoji-Fi, since I was touting it last week, it's kind of come down a bit. This is a reasonable, real low cap, complete gamble on that people actually want to buy coins with emojis as a ticker. If that comes to fruition, I think Lolana is going to do well in that. It'll be one of the leaders in the space. And in a world where shockingly it doesn't, then you know what? You took a high risk swing and lost.
That is absolutely insane. I think that we have really, really gone 4 steps further than you ever really thought it would. I mean, this is amazing.
I heard Bank of America is trying to short this too. So maybe like it even more.
Yeah, they're all over the emoji space and Solana shitter trenches. So I'm going to go with something. I mean, it's shenanigans. Glantz isn't going to touch it, but I'm going with Xano. I will, again, raise my hand. Know damn near nothing about this. Have 3 or 4 of my OG friends that I've seen and be like, yo, you got to check out Xano. And so that's like the whole thesis. The whole thesis is some smart people I know are like, Xano. And it's some privacy coin, something. But that's all I know. That's all I know. What do you got the market cap there? 83 million. That's less than the dog with hat. That's less than, there's a lot of meme coins like chicken. So I think Arthur Hayes mentioned something about chicken smoking fish or something, chicken fish smoking. So it's less than chicken smoking fish. You can get into Xano. Tony, the producer, you got something on Xano?
Nothing on
Does that ring the
Xano.
bell?
That's some sharp alpha. Matt, my pick of the day, of course, is silver. I hope you're right. I hope I should stick to producing and not be making any calls here. But if I'm right, you'll be glad you had silver. And I just love it. It feels good in the hand, doesn't it? So, all right, boys, that's what I got.
We are going to wrap the pick of the day. Thank you very much. And we like to end the show with just a little bit of knowledge from the modern day poets and scribes of our day. And then this one is going to be by Speaker Knockers, R.I.P. And it's from his track Lonely. And it goes a little something like this. I was born in 94. I got the tattoo. I just took this bitch. That's what that cash do. If you went from broke to rich quick, you would brag to. I'm sorry I finessed you out yo money, but I had to. Join us later this week. It's going to be PJ Black, that's Darewolf, on Wednesday, and Andrew Barber, our resident leftist, on Thursday. Market Mania show on Twitter X with all your questions to be a part of the Market Mania mailbag. Like and subscribe to this on YouTube. Pump our rookie numbers, and you will keep seeing us here day in and day out. Shout to Kalshi.com/marketmania if you want to gamble fiat currency on the election. And we will see you tomorrow, if there is a tomorrow. But for now, it's lights out.
I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. I never sleep if I don't have. I never sleep. I never sleep if I don't have my medicine.
Time to right the wrong. So your hands in the air if you like the song. If you're going over there, take it twice as long. Last time ain't talking about Tylenol. Oh, I bet you'd like to know. You can come around the way if you're trying to go. If you want to switch lanes for a pot of gold or a domino, out of control. The usual. Get mad cause I'm looking at your girl.
Switch it up.
I do it so much louder than everything you've heard. Everybody heard, got the word that the world wasn't turning. Act like you're in a jury. However turning, we're how we're turning. Can't lie like it's to be burning. Don't act like you're in a daze. I imagine to look the other way. Couldn't clear space on my mind. Was afraid of the time. Strobe lights like in the moonlight. I'm in the mood right now. How about tonight?